Brother, today we step into a space that is far from light, far from casual, and definitely not meant for the weak-hearted. What I'm about to share carries real depth, and before we go any further, I want to recognize the strength it took for you to be here. You saw the warning at the start, yet you chose to stay, to listen, and to confront truths that most men spend their entire lives running from. This kind of strength doesn't shout. It moves quietly, stands firm, and holds immense power. This is not entertainment. We are not discussing tricks, charm, pick-up strategies, or rehearsed advice. We are facing truth. A raw, unfiltered truth, the kind that can shake everything you thought you understood about love, loyalty, and trust. A truth that may reopen wounds you believed had already healed. But sometimes, brother, growth requires this. It requires going back to those scars and finally understanding what they really mean. What I'm about to present is not a dramatized story made for views. It's not fiction. It comes from research, from real suffering, from the unheard voices of men who carried their pain alone. For days, my team and I have collected these realities. Not for attention, not for numbers, but for men like you. Men who fight their battles in silence because no one ever told them the truth. Society teaches you to stay strong, to smile, to keep moving forward, even when your heart is breaking in places no one can see. Let this moment be a turning point for you. If you're still here, quietly tell yourself, I accept the truth. Because whether you are married or planning to be, the foundation of who you are as a man stands on a sacred value, loyalty. Your loyalty is your crown. It is your honor, the backbone of your identity. But here comes the question that isn't easy to face. What if the person you gave that loyalty to never truly deserved it? I'm not here to shake you, brother. I'm here to protect you. But before we go deeper into this storm, give me just a few seconds. Not for myself, not for pride, but for something bigger than both of us. Somewhere beyond the roads we walk every day, there are lives suffering quietly, creatures crying through the night, not because of sickness, but because of hunger, stray cats wandering without shelter, abandoned dogs left behind, forgotten animals with no voice, yet still part of God's creation, still deserving of care. I don't come from wealth. I don't have sponsors, big brands, or luxury setups behind me. What I truly have is you, your presence, your support, your strength. You've taken this mission further than I ever imagined, further than even my own family could have. Together, we've started something meaningful, not for applause, not for recognition, but to feed those silent, helpless lives. Even the smallest help, the cost of a single cup of coffee, can save a life tonight. If your heart feels something right now, act on it. Not because you have to, but because you care. That alone is enough. Now take a deep breath, because from here, brother, we step into the fire. November 6th, 1948. Chicago, MM25. A 34-year-old man named David Miller stood at the beginning of a story that would leave a permanent mark on his soul. He wasn't famous, he wasn't wealthy, just an ordinary man with an extraordinary sense of loyalty. That same year, he married Claire Evans, the woman he believed would stand beside him for the rest of his life. This wasn't an arranged union. It wasn't shallow or forced. It was genuine, deep, and sincere love, the kind poets struggle to capture in words. Claire would often whisper to him, "David, you are everything I want for the rest of my life." Those words became the foundation of his belief, his hope, and the future he dreamed of building. But words, my friend, can fade. Promises can lose meaning. And what looks unbreakable on the surface can collapse when hidden truths begin to surface. As months passed, small disagreements began to appear, not because of betrayal or bad intentions, but over everyday matters, money, meals, routine differences. Yet beneath those minor conflicts, something deeper was forming, a quiet distance, an invisible gap growing between two people who were meant to walk side by side. David worked relentlessly. 2 jobs, morning to night. He had no riches, no luxury, but he carried determination in his heart. His real wealth was loyalty. He never dreamed of a grand life. His only wish was simple: to come home, share a meal, and fall asleep next to the woman he loved. To him, that was enough. That was peace. But Claire, she was already beginning to drift. Slowly, almost unnoticeably, she started pulling away. Not just emotionally, but in every part of the life they once shared. Her warmth faded. Her attention disappeared. Conversations became shorter, colder, and little by little she began to ignore him, to treat him like someone who no longer held value in her world.